Hey guys, welcome back. And if you're new here, thanks for watching us. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and interact with us. Today I'm going to be doing a question and answer for IUI questions and then wrapping presents. And I can tell you I'm already a little irritated because Gabby put babe on every single one of my presents, I guess, as well. So there's some of them that I don't know if it's mine or hers, and I can't open it. Because if it's mine, then I'm going to know what it is. And if it's hers, I mean, I guess it wouldn't matter, right? So if she happens to open up something of mine on Christmas or vice versa, we'll just give it to each other because we're going to know. So yeah, let's get started. How did you feel when we decided to start IUI treatments? I don't know. I really didn't have precise... Oh, look at the tapes right here. I was excited, nervous. I want to probably say a little nervous, just, you know, because I want to make sure everything goes fine and such. But yeah, I mean, I really didn't have too much feelings for when we started it. I was just nervous, really, that's all. What were my initial thoughts and concerns? My thoughts was like, you know, we're really gonna like do this, and you know, I wonder how long the process is gonna take, and what do we have to do to go through the whole process. So I just had questions regarding like how everything went, or how everything was gonna go, I shall say. So, you know, sorry I'm gonna be looking down sometimes because I am wrapping presents, and I don't want to have to. I'm not no professional, and I can't move it up and down, so bear with me. Oh. But yeah, my thoughts was just like you know, concerns on how it's gonna go, and just questions on what we're gonna, you know, have to do to go forward. And then just the concerns were like, you know, basically I was more concerned about Gabby more than anything, just to make sure she was okay during the whole process of it, and to know that I really can't change her reactions. I don't know, I guess I should say, to how the process would go. How has my perspective on the IUI changed? At first, I mean, I was just excited and nervous, and then, you know, we kind of went to two different clinics to, you know, do it. And the first one, they just, I don't know, they rubbed me the wrong way from the start. They were rude, inconsiderate of Gabby's feelings. Like, they just weren't really personal, I shall say. So we end up switching from them. So they kind of gave me a bad taste in my mouth, like for the whole IUI process. And that was a little stressful, especially on Gabby, because she was nervous to have to start everything all the way over and etc. But turns out we didn't even have to do that. And it was actually a blessing in disguise for us. And you know what? They actually shut down. Isn't that crazy? They had to shut down, and then they sent us like, well, actually, I don't even know if they sent it to Gabby, but they were supposed to send her a rebate check because, one, they used to overcharge us, talking about they estimated their prices, and then they would determine how much it really costs and then send it. I never liked it that. Whatever, you know, I wasn't going to question, you know, what Gabby wanted to do, so I just went with it. But yeah, that was irritating. So my perspective on it changed just throughout the process, because it took us quite a bit of times, and it was like, you know, at first I was irritated and depressed about it and really didn't want to go forward with it because of how that place treated us. And then when we went to the second one, they were kind of like a breath of fresh air. They were pretty nice, considerate, concerning. They had like their own team designated just for that, like the emotional support portion of it. And we really didn't talk to them much because we didn't, you know, engage in it, but it was just a satisfaction of they actually care, you know. So that was a difference. The most challenging part of the IUI process was probably the emotional portion of like getting the negative test and having to go back and forth and starting the whole process over every cycle. And it really wasn't like challenging so much from like my perspective, but I was more, because I knew it was going to happen regardless. I just always knew that it was more challenging for Gabby. And of course it's going to be more challenging for her because, you know, it's her body and she's going through she's going through the emotional stuff. She's going to have to do the ultrasounds and have them check her follicles and take the medicine and whatever. And just every time I think it was, you know, letting her hopes get up and then hopes get down. But I kept, you know, just trying to tell her, like, it'll happen eventually. It's just going to be the right timing. And obviously that wasn't the right timing the first few times. I do got to go get a pen, guys, because I'm going to forget whose gifts these are. But I'm trying to, like, find the ones that are Gabby's so I can wrap those first. But there's a lot of them that are not hers either in this pile. This girl went and put them all under the tree. Talking about, oh, I didn't know you were going to wrap them. Why would I not wrap them? I think I'm running out of tape, though. I don't know if we got any more tape. So, yeah. I might not be able to wrap any more presents. I want it to look tacky. I need tape. But, yeah. Definitely running out of tape. This girl used all the tape. Then gonna send me a message talking about, did you do your video? Well, how am I do my video with no tape, babe? Already. That's crazy. I don't know if we have any more, but I'll go check in a second. What's my role in the IUI process? I mean, obviously, I was going to, you know, the visits with her, doing all the doctor's appointments, following up. I think, I mean, I've been pretty active in the whole thing. The only difference is, obviously, it's not, you know, my body going through it. It's Gabby's, but I want to say most of it was, you know, just being there for her mentally, because that's probably the most challenging portion of all of it. So, yeah. How did I handle timing and scheduling of appointments? Well, most of the IUIs, I had to, you know, talk with my job and, like, move some days around. And granted, you know, they were always willing to help me and support me in that process. And basically everybody at my work has always been very supportive of the whole scenario and wishing well on us and, you know, praying for us to succeed. So basically that's what it was. But sometimes I wasn't able to make it to all of them. Like the ultrasound appointments and stuff of that sort, not for the baby, but like once we got pregnant, but like just the IUI process. I missed a few of them. And basically the only thing Gabby was doing was going up there and they would, like, check her follicles and, like, that was it. But that was or take blood or labs. But that's basically the only appointments I missed. I never missed, like, the actual IUI process. Some of the stuff wish I knew before the IUI process. Probably just to mentally prepare yourself for the ups and downs going through it. And then kind of, like, not trying to blame yourself. Because, you know, we put ourselves in this position of having to like do IUI and it's just a little stressful because obviously it would be a lot easier the natural way. But that was all. I don't think I would change anything because it made us, like, learn, and it made us understand. At first it took us through some challenges, it took us through some journeys, but it made us, like, learn what the whole process is about. And I want to say the next time we would just be more prepared to know, like, it really depends on Gabby's body for that month. It has nothing to do with, you know, the success rate or anything of that. It's just God's timing and whatever Gabby's body is saying, you know. What are our hopes and expectations for the next IUI journey? And how can we make it less stressful? Just be positive. You know that obviously we see that it is successful and it can be successful. It just depends on, like, the procedures or her follicles and her, you know, cycle that month. So it really just goes off her body. So just know that it will happen again. How do I envision our future with our child? Very successful. Me and Gabby, we waited quite a long time to, you know, try for children. Like, I figured we'd have kids by 25 or, you know, etc. But, you know, we waited a little bit so that we were mentally capable of handling a child. But not only that, like, we got to live out our younger years and I don't care. I feel old. I don't want to hear nobody say I'm young. But we got to basically live out our years, and we got to prepare and plan and basically make a stable home. I mean, we've always, you know, had a house, and we've lived on our own since what we moved in together when we were like, I want to say 19. And we was in our one house for 5 years. It was a 3-bedroom house. We didn't have a fenced-in yard, or we didn't have a garage, but it was in a nice neighborhood. It was actually pretty convenient. And all the neighbors, they were nosy, but they looked out for each other. And then we ended up moving out of there, and then we moved into another 3-bedroom house, which we're currently in, and we have upstairs and downstairs. But anyways, I feel like our house is pretty sturdy, and, you know, our lifestyle is sturdy enough to be able to be successful with children. And we also want to like maybe adopt, or like we even looked into fostering. So we'll probably do that after like the baby is here, and maybe after, I don't know if it'll be before the second IUI process or not. But I do know that we will continue our journey with, like, you know, helping others. And that's one thing that I really want to do. Like, obviously, you know, if I adopted a child, it would become my child, and I would be lovable, etc., treat them like they're my own. But I would also want to do it just because I dealt with stuff in my childhood, and I know how it is, and I know how hard it can be when you don't have that support or that mental structure within your home. So that's probably one of the main reasons why I would do it, is just to give a child that is in a traumatic experience that they're going through, they're in the system, you know, whether their parents will come back into their life or not, whether their mother is in their life, their father, whatever the case may be, you know, just to give them a different perspective of love. So we will be doing the fostering. So that'll be exciting. We did go through the process quite a bit, but then we started the IUI process. So we were like, you know, we want to focus on our child first, and not only that, like, we were moving, and then we would have had to like do the whole process over. So it would have been like a lot of complications on Gabby with doing, you know, the IUI process and that. We decided, like, let's just, you know, do this first, and then we'll go forward with that. But yeah, I would look into adoption, but I do want to definitely start with, like, I want to get, you know, kids that are in the system. You know what I mean? And I would be open to getting like teenagers and stuff too. Guys, a few more before we get off. What kind of parent do I think Gabby will be? Kind, sweet, loving. I don't know yet on how she's gonna be like with disciplinary, because she might very well like be super hard on the child. I feel like if it's a boy, or maybe even a girl, but I don't know. I feel like she's gonna have a super soft side as well. I think I'm gonna be softer than she will be though. But I think in the long run, they're gonna run her. Not like disciplinary, like when it comes to like school and structure and stuff like that, because she's going to be 100% on that. She's going to be a great mother. Gabby's been a mother since she's been born. I think she was always destined to be a mother figure, whether it was her child or not. She has so many children, and, you know, even her family and just everybody, my family, like, they really look up to her. And she's really lovable. And sometimes she's just a little too kind-hearted. So I think that's what she'll do for the kids. Like, she'll just feel bad and give them whatever. But I think that I'll be more of the softer parent than she'll be. But I think when it comes to hard love, or hard, like, you know, holding up to, I don't know, maybe she grounds the kid for a week, she's going to give in like 3 days in. So, yeah, I think that's how it'll go for that. But overall, Gabby as a parent, anybody would be lucky for her to be their parent, or even in their life. So I think she's going to do great. She's going to be a successful parent, as she is already. She has godchildren. She has children that she sees after. Her brothers and sisters. I mean, the first 4 years of us being together, she watched them day in and day out all the time. So I really got pretty close with them. So she's always been a mom figure to somebody, and she'll always continue to be a mother figure. But as for herself, she's going to have so much unconditional love for her child that, like, it's gonna be too I can't explain it because it's gonna be unexplainable type of love, how I feel. Like I'll obviously love the child and I'll have all that type of energy as well towards the child, but it's just gonna be different for Gabby because one, she's carrying the child, so she's already got that more of a deep connection than I do, from just feeling the baby every single day and etc. But yeah, she's gonna be a great mom. How do you think our relationship will change with the child? I don't think it's gonna affect our relationship. I think if anything, it's gonna make us stronger, just to be there for each other and, you know, on the hard nights, waking up, like just, you know, anything that it comes to with the child or complications or when the child's sick or just going through everything together. I'm going to be freaking out. Like if the child has a cough or a fever or anything, I feel like Gabby's going to be the one that's going to calm me down more. It might cause a little issues because the baby will probably come to Gabby and be like, Mom, can I have this? And then she's going to say no, and then they're going to come to me and I'll probably say yes. But that's probably all, like little simple petty arguments that may arise. Nothing too concerning. I think that if anything, it's just going to make us more connected as a couple. And obviously it's just, I think it's going to make us whole. Like, I don't want to say like we are missing anything, but I think it's just going to make us grow. What am I most looking forward to as a parent? I'm a big kid. Like I play games. Like I have a PS4, PS5, PS3, Xbox, any game that you can say. I usually typically play. So I think it's gonna bring out my inner child again. And I just can't wait to like do holidays like Christmas now. Don't judge, but that flock tree is all over. But like just now, we typically do a lot for our families. But we have a big family, so it doesn't mean like we get them a lot. But like just, we always go up and about for like doing holiday events or having family over or, you know, just anything. So my child's going to have all that experience, like everything. And we're going to go all the way out, like on birthdays, Christmases, Halloween, first holidays. So I think it's going to be an exciting experience and it's going to make me not so boring. How did I distract myself? Like waiting for the IUI test to come back so we can do, the IUI to be long enough so we can do like the pregnancy test. Probably just work. Like I work 90 plus hours a week as normal anyways. So I'm typically working a lot. So I think that was like the main distraction. And then just enjoying time with like Abby and like, staying together and just staying positive. And like the night before was coming home and I had like was talking to God and like made a prayer and I was talking to like my mom and like telling them like, hey, like this is something that I want, but it definitely is something that Gabby deserves. And this process has been so much on her, up and down. Like the next day I came home from work, hot mess. She didn't tell me nothing, didn't give me no warnings. We were supposed to find out together. She was throwing me off throughout the day because I knew we were supposed to get like the call that day. And she was just like, yeah, they haven't called yet. And I don't know, she was just trying to basically throw me off to make me feel like she didn't know anything. And I should have caught on, but coming out of like the 5th cycle that was negative, it's kind of, it's a little demotivating. So, you just have to, tough through the process. So I had high hopes and I knew it was going to work that time. Like I just had this different type of feeling that just from the 2 weeks prior to leading up to it and all the stuff that Gabby was doing and how she started getting nauseous and she started eating like pickles and hot sauce and, chips and hot sauce and just a few things. Like she started craving more sweets and she's never really been a sweet person. So I don't know, I had a feeling that it was, but like she definitely caught me off guard and she got a raw reaction to everything. So I think that's how I led up to the process. And what's the best advice I've received about IUI or parenthood? I don't know, it's a lot of stuff that I've received from my sisters, my mother-in-law, father-in-law, my dad, child boy, just watching him as a dad, or him and Taj, or my sisters and their significant others, or like growing them just parenting their kids. Like, I've learned a lot of positivity from them, and I feel like they're the ones that taught me, you know, this is how they love, so this is how I could potentially love, like, my child. But then on the other hand, there's a lot of other people, like, you know, not in my family or just people I would know in general, that they do a lot of stuff that I would say, yeah, like, I'm not doing that with my child. And nothing to them or nothing negativity towards, like, their parenting, but everybody parents different, right? So I think I've learned a lot of positive things coming into, you know, childhood. And just really, I think the most thing that everybody tells me is, like, you're never going to understand the love for a child until you have one. So I think that's going to be the most life-changing moment for me. The best advice on, like, IUI, because I used to watch, like, videos of people and how like, my friend from work, her friend, and she told me, like, they did it like 6 times, and on the 6th time it worked. Like, you know, don't lose hope, you know, you just be positive about it. And everybody that would, like, continuously tell us, like, keep going, keep trying, like, don't give up. I think that's the best advice that we could get, is just to maintain strong mentally. Because, like I said, that's the most challenging part. And then it, you know, it was challenging for me because it would hurt me as well, but then I had to, like, be there for Gabby more so than anything. So, like, I tried to stay positive when it came to her, but, like, I had my moments that you know, it got to me, but I think that was it. So yeah, I'm excited. We have our gender reveal on the 28th. We had our little note, letter, whatever you want to call it, the other day from the doctor when they told us exactly what it was. It was funny because I went in, because we had called, like, a day before to get, you know, the envelope, because it turns out, like, they didn't do the testing on my chart. So, like, because Gabby's mom was gonna log in and see it, and then she was gonna tell my sisters, but it looks like turned out that they didn't even do that testing, so we had to actually call them to write it down. Well, I went in there and they were like, you know, they didn't have it written down, and they were like, hey, do you want to do an ultrasound? And we can just, you know, write it down for you. You just got to close your eyes. And I was like, yeah, we can do that. And then me and, like, the nurse are walking to the back, and I was like, wait a minute, like, we need Gabby. You want me to get her from the car? And she started laughing. I started laughing because she, like, you know, mistakenly thought I was Gabby. And that was funny. And she was like, I don't know what I was thinking. I know you're not Gabby. But yeah, so that was funny. So we had to go get Gabby out the car, and then she came in. And then it was a bittersweet moment because we could have opened that, you know, and just knowing exactly what we're having. But I feel like we're having a boy anyways. I want a boy, Gabby wants a girl. But really, both of us don't care. Like, whatever we have is what we have. Either way, it's going to be a great experience for us. But I really feel like I'm leaning towards a boy, just because I've looked up a lot of stuff and how Gabby's symptoms are and how her belly is sitting, and just a lot that I see from our family when they say stuff to us about her symptoms or whatever she's going through. I think it's leaning towards a boy. But I'm okay with either or. Like, a little girl, she'd be so cute. So that really wraps it up. I really didn't do too many presents. I did literally 2, and they're Gabby's. And she left me with no tape. Me and my sisters one year, we unwrapped all of the presents that my mom wrapped and then rewrapped them. So we knew exactly what we were getting for Christmas. Yeah, it was definitely Priscilla's idea. Yep. And then, like, 3 years later, she's the one that snitched, talking about it was me and Kayla's idea. Yeah, you're a liar. Yeah, girl, you're a liar. But hopefully my kids never do that. I am going to try, like, to make it where they believe in Santa so much until, like, you know, they're older, because everybody's going to know that, you know. But it's going to be great. So, yeah, see you guys later. But if you're new again, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And you can catch us on TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook.